And I'm back. Actually, I'm still in Cleveland, but anyway. So we are moving on to step 7 and 8, study strategies and research. And this is where you're really starting to own how you are preparing for this class. Not this class, the class you're focusing on. Okay, so once again, I want you to write down what class that is. Okay. And basically what I've said in the beginning is I have introduced you to so many strategies you might not even realize how many we've done. And so I listed some examples: KWL, Cornell Notes, flashcards, when I made you go up to the board and teach a math problem to me, things like that. Those are all different strategies. Out of the ones that I introduced to you, which strategies, now that's strategies with an S, so it's plural, so that means more than one. Yes, 2 is more than 1, okay? 5 is even better. 2 is plenty. Out of those, which strategies are most beneficial to you and the course that you are focusing on for this project? Just list it out. And then I want you to explain why those strategies work for you. Why does it work? Don't just say, well, it helps me remember. Okay, well, that's great, but why? Why is it working better than the other? If it's Cornell Notes, maybe it's because there are 1, 2, 3 different steps in just completing a set of Cornell Notes. So not only are you taking notes, but you're reviewing your notes 3 times, and then you can go back and study it again. So that's 4. Okay, so that might be a strategy that really works for you. Now, this is the fun part. Okay, or at least I think it is. Now I want you to do some research. I want you to find at least one new strategy that we have not discussed at all this year. Not with your social studies teacher, not with your math teacher. There are thousands of strategies, if not more, for study strategies, for time management, for writing strategies, for reading whatever, okay? There are so many. I want you to spend some time doing some research and find at least one that you will attempt with this course that you've chosen to focus on. So you're going to list what is the name of the strategy, and then I want you to write down the web address. So if you get it from Crash Course, YouTube, write it down. Give me the title. Give me the speaker, okay? Then on the back side of this, if it's printed front to back, you will say how you do this strategy. So you learned it online, most likely, and now you're putting it in your own words. You're like, this is how you do SQ3R or preview, review, guess, or whatever strategy you've found, okay? Maybe it's Quizlet. Maybe it's that Crash Course one that he suggested, and I cannot remember what it's called. But if you go back and look at the videos, he mentioned it in several of them. So how do you do it? Lay it out. And now, why do you think it will be helpful to you in the course you're focusing on? So you really have to think about it. Now, the final sentence on this sheet says, in your final reflection, you'll have to explain how it worked. So you have to try it. You don't have to put anything on this paper right now for that part because you haven't implemented it yet. You haven't tried it yet. But you need to make sure you do because that is part of this project. It's a part you cannot forget because you picked it. So I really want you to try it. If you decide, hey, I found 3 great strategies I'd really like to try. All right, go for it. I wouldn't do any more than that. That's a lot. But that's what I want you to do. And then after this, it's implementation, of course, which we've been doing right along. So easy 10 points, reflection, and your visual aid. So we are moving right ahead. Make sure that you are actively working on the course you've chosen. So that way you can get your 100 on this project and build your skill set for that particular class. Okay? So this will probably be the last time you hear from me before next year. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and whatever else you may celebrate. Have a wonderful break. Send me emails if you have any questions, but don't forget to help one another. Okay, bye now.